Today we're out in Fort Worth, Texas at Wireworks Performance to take a look at what we have had them do for the Datsun. So far, we've had them fully rebuild the engine and the transmission. We're gonna go take a look at that inside and look at some of the other Datsuns that they have out. So here is our L28E that we have at Wireworks. They fully rebuilt this engine from the ground up. This was the original engine to the 280ZX that we have, and it had around 78,000 miles on it if memory serves. Now, this was a pretty straightforward rebuild. We kept it standard sized pistons, but we did have them make a few adjustments in the head, which is pretty common for a lot of L28 builds. In the head, it has all new springs, all new retainers, and a comp cam with an adjustable cam gear, as you can see here. We're really happy with how Wireworks went about rebuilding everything. They were very communicative and helped us out in making sure that we got the right parts. Now you can also see that they did do some porting on the intake and the exhaust side, so we're really happy about that. The engine is going to flow much better than it did in the stock configuration. We also have our factory 5-speed manual that has also been fully rebuilt. It has the old cross member on there for now, but we do have the new one for the car. It just needs some paint. It really needed a rebuild. It had 2 gears that would grind pretty hard before we had it rebuilt by them. Wireworks is a Datsun and Nissan Z specialty shop located in Fort Worth, Texas. They serve the greater DFW area and have been operating for a little while. You may not have heard of them because they're not really in the online space because they deal with word-of-mouth recommendations, so I need to give credit to my friend Bellamy, who had his Z32 here at one point and gave us a glowing recommendation. We took the gamble, brought it over here, and have been super happy with Paul and his team and how they have worked with us to get the engine and transmission rebuilt. Now, looking around their shop, they are a one-stop shop, so everything that they can do, they will do themselves. Everything that you're looking at in here, whether it is engine parts, wiring, shells, those are all customer cars. So they have no shortage of business, which is super happy to see. Now, their front room included a lot of sought after Datsun parts, really just stuff to have on display, like those Panasport wheels, this old Z steering wheel. I really enjoy this HKS floor mat. I think that is a nice touch. But there's some old posters, some flags in their shop. There's an old dash up above one of the windows looking into the shop, which I thought was pretty cool. A nice painted valve cover. They do pretty much a lot of Z work, but they do work on a few other cars. Moving outside, you can see that they have a couple of their other projects on display. This Safari Z is super cool, lifted with custom bash bars. A nice little mount for the tire across the rear window. I thought this was really awesome. But they also have some customer cars outside the shop as well. So there is this absolutely gorgeous 280Z just sitting there looking pretty. There was this Datsun 1600 next to this S30 240Z. I believe these were both customer cars, but they might be going up for sale soon. So I'll leave contact info for the shop down in the description. They do a lot of good work. I mean, like you saw inside, they have no shortage of business and produce absolutely beautiful products for everybody that loves Z's or just love classic cars in general. There was something hiding over in the back that I personally hadn't seen before. It was a 280Z 2+2. I didn't know that that came in a 2+2. But really cool to see. If you guys have seen a 280Z 2+2 before, let me know in the comments. It's genuinely something I had never seen before. Now that we've seen where we're taking our 280ZX to have all the plumbing, the mechanical, and the tune done, let's trailer it over there. Okay, we're back at Solo to trailer the 280ZX over to Wireworks. The car is pretty much unchanged from the last time you saw it, minus the 280ZX turbo wheels that are on the car because the SSRs are being taken to be refinished. Now, while we are here, we have to check out what they're working on. Here was a new Gen 8.6 GR Cup car. Such a cool car. I am a new Gen 8.6 owner, so it was really nice to see what a stripped out race car version of these looks like. There was also this 280 SL with incredibly low miles sitting in here. I wasn't sure what it was in there for. It looks like a little bit of sound deadening, maybe some paint correction on the hood, who knows. But a 19,000 original mile cluster says it all. Behind it, and next to the Datsun, was this early 70s 3.0 CS. I wasn't able to ask if it was a CS or a CSL, but either way, it's an absolutely beautiful car that I am very honored to have gotten to see in person. Now, for towing the car over to Wireworks, we went with Sal from Solo's recommendation of using advanced auto towing. I thought they were just going to rock up in some covered trailer, but no, they brought this lowering lift gate truck trailer with a retractable roof. I mean, I have not seen somebody use one of these in the US. These are really popular in Japan, and even the ones in Japan lower the lift gate completely off the truck, fully flat on the ground. But this was far more than I was expecting to have the car trailered over to Fort Worth. Now, if you're not familiar with the DFW Metroplex, Solo Garage is on the Dallas side and Wireworks is on the Fort Worth side. Now, that is separated by at least an hour's drive, but both of these shops are on the other side of each city. So it is a rather far drive, and we did not want to risk any damage to this paint job and all the work that we had done at Solo. Garrett with Advanced Auto Towing did a really nice job making sure that the car was strapped down, it wasn't going to go anywhere, and was just a really pleasant guy. I really appreciate the time and effort that he spent in making sure that our car was going to make it there in one piece. As he's wrapping that up, we get to say one final goodbye to the car while it is inside, and once we make it over to Wireworks, we're going to get to see this beautiful paint job outside. Fortunately, the car made it to Wireworks in one piece. That is something that we really are super grateful to Advanced Auto Towing for getting done for us, and Garrett specifically. So he unloaded the car for us, and I got to get my first real good look at the paint job outside. Now, I did mention in the last video that we did take a small risk with this paint color. We hadn't really seen any other cars besides a 911 with this color, but I know that we made the right choice. I'm sad that my dad wasn't here at this time to get a look at it because I was blown away with the color. I mean, you can just see how deep this color is, how much the flake really shines in the sun. We're super, super happy with how it turned out. Now that the car is with Paul at Wireworks, they're gonna hit the ground running. I mean, this is a completely bare shell, barring the old steering column that is in there and the steering rack. Everything else is out of the car. We still have the differential that needs to be rebuilt, as well as new wiring harnesses made for the interior, a vintage air system going in for electric AC. I mean, you name it. There is a laundry list of things that Paul and his team are going to knock out for us, and we are super happy that he is going to be the guy heading up that project. But again, now that the car is over here, I want to say a big thanks to Solo Garage for doing all of the body work, all of the painting, the refinishing the chrome on the bumpers, refinishing the rubber, doing the bumper tuck, everything that they did. We are super grateful for and thankful that they did such a great job. But unfortunately, I have to leave the car here. So the car made it in one piece over to Wireworks from Solo. Really happy about that. They're gonna get that thing inside and on the lift and start working on all the brake work. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe so you guys can see the next update when we get more parts for the 280ZX build. But otherwise, thank you for watching. See you next time.